Jai Opetaia cannot get the fights that he wants. The big fights that everybody wants to see Jai Opetaia in there, he cannot get those fights. And the truth is, he went to Zuffa Boxing with the hope that he would get the big fights. But unfortunately, it is not happening for Jai Opetaia. And according to rumors, Jai Opetaia will be fighting a guy that I don't think many people know about. And that is this guy here, right? Robin Serwan Safar. According to rumors, this is who Jai Opetaia will be fighting on the undercard of Ryan Garcia versus Conor Benn. Now, I don't think that this guy is any threat to Jai Opetaia. And this is when I go, I don't think that Jai Opetaia and Zuffa Boxing are doing their business the right way. Because after beating the likes of Brandon Glanton, I thought that was it. I genuinely thought that Brandon Glanton fight was the last fight that Jai Opetaia was going to fight at this level. I thought that Jai Opetaia was going to go out there after Brandon Glanton and get the big fight. But it's not happening. And, you know, he's fighting, Serwan Safar. And this guy's record is not very impressive. Yes, he's got 20 fights, 13 KOs, no losses. He's 6'3", 33 years old. He's from Sweden. Looks like he's got a good background on him. But when we go to his record, we can see that his most notable win is against Sergey Kovalev in 2024. And that's it. When we go down on his record here, we don't see anyone that is a threat to him on his record. Everybody else is just a fight that he's just taken and he's knocked them out and basically build a record of 20 fights. No disrespect to him, but I don't think he's at Jai Opetaia's level. So once again, Jai Opetaia will get in there and destroy this guy in a few rounds, and that will be it. But then the question that everybody's asking is, why is Jai Opetaia not getting the big fights? This is the reason why Jai Opetaia signed with Dana White and Zuffa Boxing. The whole conversation was Jai was going to sign with Zuffa Boxing and he was going to get the unification fights. He was going to get the big fights. He was going to unify the division. And then he was going to move up to heavyweight division. But that's not what we're seeing. What we've seen is Opetaia fighting the likes of Brandon Glanton. And, by the way, Brandon Glanton is a tough fighter. He's a good fighter. He gave Opetaia a good test there and he had a really good fight. But as we can see there, Opetaia was too fresh, too good, too sharp for Brandon Glanton. And as I said, I thought that would be the last fight for Jai Opetaia, where he fights fighters that nobody knows. And I think after that Brandon Glanton fight, the next fight was going to be a big fight. But it's not happening. Because Zuffa Boxing are adamant that they're not going to work with other promoters or promoters that they don't get along with. And of course, we have seen that Ryan Garcia versus Conor Benn has been made. So basically, where there is a will, there is a way. And that, David Benavidez fight can definitely happen if Dana White and his team are willing to work with other fighters. Because the truth is, this is the fight that we all want to see. This is the defining fight for Jai Opetaia. Right, fighting the likes of Brandon Glanton and Serwan Safar are not exactly the fight that are going to put Jai Opetaia on the map. I mean, for my money, Jai Opetaia is the best cruiserweight in the division. But he has to unify the division. He has to fight the other big guys in the division to be able to claim, to be able to, let people know that indeed he's the guy. I think he's the guy. But of course, you have to prove it in the ring. Not just saying it. You have to get in the ring and you have to beat the best. You have to beat the big guys to be able to, cement yourself as the best cruiserweight of this generation. And I think this is the fight. This is the fight that is going to show the whole world that Jai Opetaia is the best cruiserweight in the division. So fighting the likes of Brandon Glanton, I don't think is the fight to go. I don't think this is the way to go for Jai Opetaia. And that's why I say Jai Opetaia has a big problem in his career because he can't get the big fight. And, David Benavidez has mentioned the fact that Jai Opetaia is with Zuffa Boxing and therefore he's not really interested in making that fight. He wants to go elsewhere and make a different fight. And Jai Opetaia has been stripped of the IBF. He's got the Ring Magazine belt, but that is not a belt that many people are queuing up to fight for. So where does that leave Jai Opetaia? It seems like Jai Opetaia is in no man's land at this stage. Like his career is not going anywhere. And, he's an incredible fighter, a fantastic sportsman, and definitely a really good ambassador for boxing. For the cruiserweight division, Jai Opetaia, he's been a really good ambassador because he's always been open to fighting the best, but he's not getting the opportunities. And some people will blame the fact that Jai signed with Zuffa Boxing, knowing that Zuffa Boxing doesn't have a very good reputation in the sport. And that is very true. But also, Jai is someone that wants to fight the best. And someone like that should be able to get the opportunity to fight the best in the division. So, fighting guys that are C level, D level doesn't help Jai Opetaia's career at all. He needs to be in there fighting the big guys and really claiming to be the best in the division. I believe he feels like he's the best in the division, but he has to get in there and he has to prove it in the ring. And that means getting the big fight and winning those big fights. And that is the David Benavidez of the world and other guys. But it's not going to happen because David Benavidez, I don't think is not interested in the Jai Opetaia fight. I don't think he is. I think he wants to, maybe move down and fight someone like a Bivol or take a different route and maybe unify the division more, because now Jai Opetaia does not have a belt except the Ring Magazine belt. I don't think that, David Benavidez is motivated to fight Jai because Jai is a dangerous fighter. And if he can swerve his way around not fighting Jai, then he would take that option all day long. And that is the reason why this fight is not happening. But I think someone like Dana White has to do something. Like Dana White has to maybe lower his pride and have a negotiation with these guys to try and get the best fight for Jai Opetaia, because I think it's unfair for Jai Opetaia to be who he is, the fighter that he is, the fact that he's got a lot of tenacity and a lot of ambition to unify the division, but does not get the fight. And the truth is that it has resulted in him fighting guys that, to be fair, he should not be fighting. So if Jai is in a ring next, fighting this guy here, Robin Serwan Safar, it just doesn't make any sense, because this guy does not bring anything to Jai Opetaia's career. It doesn't. I feel like Jai Opetaia is at that place in his career right now where he needs career-defining fight. Fighting, Safar is not going to do that. Fighting David Benavidez, absolutely. Because Jai Opetaia is not getting any young. And if he's going to move to the heavyweight division, maybe he should do it already. Because fighting these guys down here and waiting to get the big fights with the big guys in the cruiserweight division and not getting that, he's not getting any younger. And by the way, there is incredible competition in the heavyweight division. So Opetaia can move up, fight one of the big guys in the heavyweight division, beat him, make a name for himself. And I think he's going to get more competitive fights in the heavyweight division. And especially now that the belts are fragmented, I think Opetaia stands a good chance of landing a big fight in the heavyweight division and definitely getting a world title shot. Because I think it's a waste of time being in a cruiserweight division and everybody ducking Opetaia. It's just a waste of time. David Benavidez doesn't want to fight. Dana White doesn't have a good reputation and nobody wants to work with him. And Opetaia is resorted in fighting guys that he should not be fighting at this stage of his career. Like, Opetaia is not a novice, guys. Opetaia is almost a veteran in the cruiserweight division. So he should be fighting guys at the top of the division and cementing his legacy in the cruiserweight division at this stage of his career. Not fighting guys that are coming up. Not fighting guys that will not give him any challenge at all. I bet he gets in there and blows out, Robin Safar in 2 or 3 rounds. And then that'll be it. He beat Brandon Glanton, who's a warrior. He's a tough guy. But it was a routine win for Jai Opetaia. And then now he's going to fight someone that nobody knows about. And then what is he going to do? He's going to sit there and wait for David Benavidez to move down in weight, fight Bivol, and then come up to fight him. Is that what's going to happen? It's just a waste of time. And that's why I say Jai Opetaia has a massive problem in his career. And that is, he cannot get the big fights. Now, you can talk about Chris Billam-Smith, which is an easy fight to make because Chris Billam-Smith and Jai Opetaia are both on Zuffa Boxing. But right now, none of these guys have a belt. So if these guys are fighting, what are they fighting for? Like, Jai Opetaia's reason for moving to Zuffa Boxing is to get a world title shot and unify the division. If he fights Chris Billam-Smith, what are they fighting for? What exactly is Jai Opetaia and Chris Billam-Smith fighting for? Nothing. Like, they both don't have a belt, and Jai Opetaia needs to fight someone with a belt and have career-defining fights before he moves up to heavyweight. For me, I think maybe it's time for Jai to move up in heavyweight because I don't think that he's going to get the fights that he wants at cruiserweight at this stage of his career. I think the best option is for Jai to move up, have some good fights there, make some good money, and, maybe get a world title shot at the heavyweight division because, as I said, the belts are all over the place. And I think other fighters in the heavyweight division will be eager to fight Jai Opetaia. I don't think it's going to happen in the cruiserweight division. If he stays in the cruiserweight division, he's going to waste his time fighting the likes of Robin Safar and Brandon Glanton, which does not do anything for his career. So guys, get in the comment section and let me know what you think about Jai Opetaia, the current situation that he finds himself in boxing, and whether you think he should move up to heavyweight and forget about the cruiserweight division. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below.